Are we looking at the history?
I
Okay.
never, ever once appeared on your own here when we give you a PR ball.
There's more the gentleman.
Sorry?
Who's the gentleman who's back over there?
That's his client.
Yes, that's his name. April 5.
Wait till you hear his story. Wait. I don't want
He's
to.
always got great
Yeah, I don't want to present it.
Hi, Ricardo.
Hey, Dennis. This is Miss McCoy.
Hello, sir. How are you?
So, Miss McCoy, let's talk about something funny.
Okay.
Actually, it's not very funny, but it's actually quite sad. Your lawyer came to me, was it yesterday or was it the day before, asking for a PR bond?
Monday.
Asking me to give you a PR bond. Do you think that was a good idea? To give you a PR bond?
Are we looking at the history?
I
Okay.
never, ever once appeared on your own here when we give you a PR bond. Every case that we have with you sits at around 10,004, 10,005, because you never appear. When you come to court, good things happen. You understand? If you ever need help, if you need a place to sleep, if you need food to eat, if you need a cell phone or tablet, anything you need, all you have to do is come and ask, and we will bend over backwards to help you in any way that we can. But when you continually fail to appear, you become a flight risk, and we just can't trust you. So he came to me asking for this PR bond. I laughed, because I know if I give you one, like little wings on a bird, bye, you just don't come. Next time, if you pick up a case, come, and we'll help you with whatever you need. I don't care what it is, anything you want, I'll give you. You want treatment, you want help, anything. You now stand charged with criminal trespass. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're offering you 30 days in jail with credit for the 12 days that you've done. You're giving up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement, Ms. McCoy. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. You know, you've spent the better part of the last 4 years in and out of custody for one thing or the other. Before you know it, 20 years will have passed, and you will end up in such a bad place. You're going to look like the things on the street that you'd never think that you would be. If you continue at the rate that you are, you need to change before you really do some damage that you can't crawl under. How do you plead to the criminal trespass? Guilty or not guilty? It's all right. You know what we're doing, right?
You want me to talk to her for a moment? I don't.
No. I mean, you're pleading. You know what we're doing. We're doing a plea for guilty, right? Is this what you want to do?
Yes, sir.
All right, ma'am. I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to follow the agreement. Come back next time. Good luck. Thanks. Was it 13 days credit?
Mr. Crocker.
Okay.
He's on here.
Okay.
He's bond. He has a surety bond. I called his bond company. Called his dad. Called him. Can we roll it till tomorrow?
Sure.
Okay.
Set me up tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
No, sure, tomorrow.
I got you. Thanks.
Yes, Mr. Thomas. Come on up, Mr. Thomas. Good morning, sir. Sir, you were charged with terroristic threat. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, sir. Okay?
On February 6, 2025, the officers interviewed the complainant, who stated that on January 18, 2025, the defendant came into the 5-minute oil change located at 747 Gary Ashford Road in Harris County, Texas, to have maintenance performed on his vehicle. The The defendant let the complainant perform a cabin check on his vehicle so the complainant got inside the vehicle. The complainant and the defendant then exchanged a verbal exchange so the defendant was upset that the complainant was inside the vehicle. The complainant's manager interviewed and attempted to de-escalate the situation, and the defendant told the complainant's manager, "I'm going to come back here, you better correct him before I come back here. I'm going to come back here and I'm going to finish him off with a gun. I will fucking come shoot you all, I will do a drive-by." The complainant confronted the defendant and told him that he was not welcome back. The next day, the defendant was captured on surveillance footage at the location speaking with the complainant's co-worker, who informed the defendant that the complainant was not at the location. The defendant went into his armrest and the witness stated that the defendant went into his armrest and he pulled out his gun while uttering the words, "Because of what happened yesterday, I should have shot his ass," referring to the complainant. The defendant stated, "I'm going to come every day until I see him."
And Judge, that's simply not true. In fact, I have
Remember, this is a probable cause. We start getting into more stuff. I mean, my only concern is, was there a terroristic threat, right?
Exactly.
And I don't know, it looks like there were potential multiple threats, so which one is in the charging instrument? Is
I think the one alleged to have occurred
on the actual day in question when everything,
I can look and double check.
because what I have, Judge, is just a receipt from when he paid, and because of the way he was treated, they gave him a $20 discount. It shows on the receipt as well. So, he had told them, "Don't upsell me, don't upsell me." He comes around the corner, and the guy's in his car. So that's why they gave him the discount on this.
but I mean,
Even so, Your Honor, this not what happened.
No, I understand.
And just to clarify, it is the first threat. Not the
first, yeah, I mean, it's,
It is what it is, I understand.
so, Mr. Thomas, I'm gonna find that there's sufficient probable cause to go forward with the case. The only thing I'm gonna ask you to do is don't have contact with the complaining witness, don't be in possession of weapons, and don't go back to the 5-minute
5-minute oil
Yes, sir.
5-minute oil change. That's all I'm asking you to do, really. Just don't have weapons and don't go back, okay? That's it. As long as you can.
No contact with the complainant, this is
Of course.
Anything further, Judge?
We have to do bond.
Oh, I'm sorry.
What are you now, please? Sorry.
It's already set at $100.
Oh, it is? Okay, so I don't need to, all right. So, Mr. Thomas, I'm gonna grant you a PR bond today. You have a bond set at $100. I'm gonna grant you a PR bond. All I'm asking you to do is just don't pick up any new cases. Just be nice. It's not hard. You've got a great lawyer here. Listen to him. He'll take care of you. I'll waive your appearance because you have a lawyer. You don't even have to come back. Just stay out of trouble and that's it.
Okay, thank you very much.
So I don't let him, I need you to sign a bunch of paperwork. We have bond conditions that we're going to create. I need you to sign them. Do not leave until you sign our bond conditions. You'll have to meet with Fleischer for your PR bond, and after that, you'll be free to go. Okay? All right.
All right, thank you very much, Judge.
And Judge Paul,
Yes, sir.
an attorney, right? Please.
Yes, sir,
We'll
certainly.
have him over there in the tower.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, I need the cause number.
2-555-058.
058.
Yeah. Marcos, you ready?
Yes, sir. Ready for plate?
Yeah.
Mr. Salvador, are you ready for plate?
Please.
Salvador?
Buenos días.
Good morning, Mr. Salvador Mejia. Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. It's elevated to a Class A misdemeanor because of the high blow. You are facing up to a year in jail and/or a $4,000 fine. You have worked out an agreement where they're offering you 3 days in jail with credit for the 1 day that you have done. You need to understand that this DWI will go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. It's even there after you die. This is important because if you get pulled over in a car, an officer comes up to your window, they see that you have a prior DWI, and they smell alcohol on you, or they smell anything funky, it's probably not going to go well for you. What we're doing today, the proverbial slap on the wrist, will not happen again. From now on, it's a minimum of 90 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You're giving up the right to a trial, compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization under federal law. You give up the right to appeal. Once you accept this agreement, you can never change this. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You still want to do this?
Yes.
Is it true or untrue that you had a minor above?
Verdad o no verdad?
True.
Answer. All right, so I'm going to find you guilty. I'm going to sentence you to 3 days in jail, give you credit for the 1 day that you've done. I am going to suspend your license for 90 days. Do not drive until you get a license, and I'm going to tell you now, I will waive the $4,500 surcharge that normally applies in this type of case because we all make mistakes. But if you continue to make mistakes where you endanger other people's lives, a second DWI, not only is a minimum of 90 days, but it's a $6,000 surcharge. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, Judge. Can I have your excuse? Good morning, Your Honor. How are you?
All right, now, how are you?
Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge. Yes, Judge.
Thanks. You ready? Come on.
I just want to touch on bond conditions for Mr. Barnett.
Okay. So you got appointed Mr. Albarnon? Great. Okay.
He has a residency restriction to stay away from his father's house. That's where him and his siblings live. And I want to approach you about lifting that up to no harmful or offensive contact.
And I'm okay. So he's Mr. Albarnon. Come on up. Your lawyer wants me to change the conditions so that you can go back to the house. But I want you to understand that if you have a very tumultuous relationship with these people where you're always butting heads with them, it's not going to go well. I don't want you to have any threatening or harassing contact with them. What is threatening or harassing doesn't matter what you think. It is what they perceive. So if you go like this, is that threatening, harassing? It most certainly is, and it can land you back in jail. Do you understand? So if you cannot be nice and if you cannot get along with brother and sister or dad, be very careful. Because if I get wind that it's not going well and that you're threatening or you're putting anyone in danger or you have a weapon, I will put you in custody. You understand? Okay. All right, I'm done. The only, Mr. Albarnon, the only thing I'm taking off of the protective order is the residential restriction. Everything else in the protective order stays. So if you threaten them, if you harass them, they can charge a new case on you. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. And if you can file, now we need, you were charged with evading arrest and detention. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. You've worked out an agreement where they're going to dismiss your terroristic threat in exchange for your plea on the evading arrest. You need to understand that evading is an enhanceable offense. This is going on your record today. It'll be there forever. From now on, if you ever run from the cops again, you'll be facing a felony charge, years instead of days. Do you understand? Not only that, it's a minimum now of 90 days for any new cases that you pick up in here. You're giving up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen, there are possible immigration consequences. You can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, it stays on your record forever. Is this what you want to do?
Yes, Your
How do you plead to the option, sir? Guilty or not guilty?
Yes,
I'm going to find you guilty. I'll sentence you with agreement. If it's enhanced, it'll be abandoned. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, Judge.
Anna, Mr. Laws, come up. We have court orders for a reason, and when you don't follow court orders, bad things happen. Do you understand? You were ordered to get an interlock, and you didn't get it, or a portable device, and you didn't get it. That's unacceptable. When you don't, there are serious, serious consequences. The only thing I'm asking you to do, don't endanger my streets. Don't kill someone on the road. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to find no probable cause in your case now. But if you come back with a new case and you don't follow court orders, it's really not going to go well for you. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
I think that we're,
Sorry.
it's okay. And I think you're right, we were going through a lawsuit and, 2017, the county came into an agreement where we're basically holding it to a higher standard, so to speak. I mean, theoretically, could I weasel out of it? Yes, but I don't want to, I want to stick with the agreement that the county came to with the district attorney's office,
So, last thing is,
The DIMS has to state an offense, right? It has to have all the elements of the offense to go forward. The reason, I would presume that offense reports don't is because they're continually just updated and they're amended and they supplement it. So it would be unreasonable to have an officer every single time they swear it over and over and over and over because shit, you might get like 15 supplements.
here's my question for the board, and with, I'm not saying that it's the case, I'm just saying, for cases going forward. To me then, does that then behoove, does that say we can't take it to grand jury?
You can. Of course you can.
So,
Yeah.
Just because I find no probable cause on something, if you want to go indict it, go do it.
right,
Absolutely. There's nothing barring you from doing it. Right? Because if a grand jury finds something different, then that's on them. As far as me, I'm going to just hold to the standard that we agreed with the county in the lawsuit.
Yeah, I'm just, this is right.
And look, you're not going to hurt my feelings if you go to grand jury.
I just, so we wouldn't be held to that same standard.
You need to do what you think is right. Like, I'm going to do it, and we're absolutely doing it. The problem is that whoever had the apps, they didn't dive into it and really look into it as Anna did. Not everybody is just good.
Thank you.
God love you. All right. Hi, Shrey.
Hi, Judge.
Oh,
Miss Lovey.
okay.
So I wanted to address the BDR.
Where is Miss Lovey?
Second.
Come up, ma'am. So here's Shreya. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to send her for a drug and alcohol test now.
You already did. She came back negative, Judge.
Oh, great. Good job. But if you miss again, it's not going to go well.
So,
It is your responsibility to let Shreya know if you're going out of town, if you have some other obligation, because we can always work something out. But I'm not going to continue to do this. If you miss again, it's just not going to go well for you.
so Judge, that's what we want to talk about. So when I was first appointed to her, Ms. Lovey talked to me about her work schedule. And I said, look, let's just wait and see what happens with the UAs. If you get called in for a UA, but you have work, I don't want you to lose your job. I told her that.
Yes.
So,
They give you a sufficient amount of time to come.
any day.
Yeah, it's 6 hours.
Yes. So she's a behavioral technician at Action Behavior Center.
Yes.
And she cannot take off work.
They say the last meeting.
So, and do you want to talk to the judge about that? She's,
I bought some printouts as well on my work's attendance policy. So we have like a 2 weeks ahead of time type thing. They'll let me off. I had to beg and say it was like a life emergency just to get Thursday. I also have asked before because I remember the original court date was for Tuesday, the 18th, I believe. And 2 weeks ahead of time, that court date, I wasn't scheduled to appear. And I said, since I missed that UA, would it help for me to appear in court that day, even though I'm not required to come to show that I'm okay with appearing to test? Testing is not something I'm trying to avoid or anything, but if I can put, time and effort into make my appearances, be here, and also keep my job security, is there a way that we can balance those two things? Because I have no problem showing up and testing or anything like that. I also live in Humble, Texas. So traffic times, I get off work anywhere between 4:30 and 5:30 every day. And I did bring some printouts just in case that's needed of our policies and everything.
I'm not going to take off the fact that you're not supposed to use alcohol or drugs.
absolutely. But is there a way we can schedule her testing? Even if you want her
And
to,
that defeats the whole purpose of it being random. You know?
I know.
Because that's how we catch people. If you know when the test is going to be, it defeats the purpose of being random. So why do we do this? Why don't we just work something? If you get called on again, call Shreya, and then Shreya can come to me, and then we can work something out somehow. You know?
Okay, every single time, I will need your work schedule.
Yes, and I have to know
So
some of
just
this as
send
well.
called on, let Shreya know. Shreya can come to me, and we can try to work something.
Okay.
Okay? Because I don't know, you may not get called again. I don't know. You probably will because you missed now, right? But just if and when they do call you, let Shreya know, and we'll try to work something out. Okay? Okay. Good luck.
Okay. And then we'll just get a reset on this.
Get a reason. Your parents is no reason for you to come, unless of course there's a.
So and I say that, but your appearance was waived, but then when you have the UA, because you gotta go to court, then you're gonna have to show.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you.
Have a seat.
Good morning.
Is it? All conditions will continue. You are not to use. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
I will test you again in about 45 days. If you test positive again, it's not going to go well for you. I'm not asking much. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right.
And
That's
we're
it.
doing, we're working on a PTI with the,
Quicker you get it done,
it's okay, with,
quicker it is for you.
they do want to test as well as a condition, so, once we test them again, then we get some.
You hold the keys to the jail cell. No one else. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
Morning, Mr. Flores. How are you?
Good today.
Good. The reason that you are still in custody is that we gave you a PR bond and you take off. You don't come back to court. This has not happened but once. It has happened already multiple times. So that's why I can't just continue to give you PR bonds. When you do, you just take off. The only thing I need you to understand is that, you know, when you plead guilty to something, it sticks with you forever. You cannot try to plead guilty to something, get out and try to change it or do this or do that. This is a, you know, when you do this, when you accept a plea bargain, it stays.
Judge, Your Honor, I'm truly sorry for what I've done, like my whole life. I just asked, like, for another PR bond. I'll make it to court. I actually call my mom, see if I can stay with her until she drops me off at court, and whatever they say from there, if I'm guilty or not guilty, I'll plead guilty. Or if I'm innocent, I'll
Where are you
plead
living
innocent.
now?
My mom stays in Tomball now.
No. Are you living on the street or are you living?
I'm homeless, but I've actually talked to my mom, and me and her are actually going into a good relationship now,
Did you just get picked up?
like mother and son. And like they caught me at the airport, and
Look, I don't want you to talk about the case. The thing is that I don't want to continue to give you someone a PR bond if you're just going to go to the streets. The streets are not a safe
I
place.
won't go back to the street. The streets
I know.
aren't for me anymore, man. Like I don't want to be in the street. I don't want to be homeless anymore. And I talked to my mom. She's doing real good, and she actually wants me to be around, pay the bills, and and own a house of my own.
Let's do this. What do we do with TRS to see how we go forward? Because I don't know, and we can have the clinicians evaluate them to see how we go forward. If you want to do an independent one, I'm happy to give you money for you to do it. Or, like I would suggest, is just do a TRS to see where do we go, because I don't know. But having clinicians talk to him might be the best way to go to see how we go forward. Because the problem is, Harold, is if we just throw them out to the streets, we're throwing them out to the wolves. If you don't have a place to go to, we're just, Whereas if we have a TRAS, we can try to get down to what the true issue is and why it keeps happening, and then we'll figure out a plan. So you just let me know whatever you want to do. I'm happy to do it.
So just we do the TRS, we just set that up with the CLO, or?
Yeah, so we'll have Shatori set it up, and we'll do it. We can expedite it so it gets done within the next couple of days, so it's not just lingering.
The president's competency is also good then?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
First,
So we can get it done, and then that'll really tell us. Perhaps he needs to be in mental health court. I don't know. But that's what you get the TRS for.
So what do you think, there's 2 weeks or?
No, not even. A week. A week. Okay? Thanks. All right, Mr. Flores. Okay, are you ready? Yes, ma'am. Alipio, come on up. Good morning, Mr. Alipio. Yes. Sir, you were charged with driving while intoxicated. Second offense. You are facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you.
On March 13th, 2025, an officer observes a blue Ford F-250 driving at a high rate of speed. The officer paced the Ford driving 79 miles per hour in a 60 mile per hour zone. The officer observed the vehicle to fail to maintain a single lane, driving over a solid dash line, and driving between 2 lanes with other motor vehicles in the area when the vehicle failed to maintain the single lane. A traffic stop was initiated. The officer made contact with the defendant, the driver, and sole occupant of the vehicle. The officer observes the defendant to have slurred speech. The defendant stated he drank 1 alcoholic drink prior to the traffic stop. The officer observes the defendant to be staggering while walking, using the motor vehicle for support, and the defendant to have the mild odor of alcohol upon his breath. The defendant appeared confused, and the officer had to repeat himself multiple times. As FSTs were conducted, 6 out of 6 clues were observed on the HGN, 2 out of 8 clues observed on the walk and turn, 3 out of 4 clues observed on the one-leg stand. The defendant stated he drank 2 to 3 alcoholic drinks prior to the traffic stop. The defendant was arrested. An inventory search was conducted of the defendant's vehicle, and the officer observed a warm to the touch, white cup in the center console.
Alcohol while driving?
3 3/4 full wall with the smell of an alcoholic beverage. The defendant was run the DIC and refused the breath test. A blood search warrant was signed and executed.
Mr. Alipio, I would hope that you would recognize it's elementary that you're not to have alcohol in the car while you are driving. I'm going to find that there is sufficient probable cause to go forward with your case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're consuming alcohol or illegal drugs, I will put you in jail. I am now also taking away your privilege to drive. You are not allowed to drive. If I find that you do, because I will have you sign an affidavit, a promise with me that you're not going to drive. I don't give a rat's behind what your excuse is. If I find that you drive, likewise you will go to jail. I do not know what your immigration status is, but if you are not in this country with permission, and you go to jail, and immigration finds you, they will put an immigration detainer on you, and you will be stuck like Chuck in custody until this case is over with, and then you get shipped off to immigration. Do you understand?
Yes.
I am sending notice to DPS that there is now a restriction on you that you are not to drive any vehicle that doesn't have an ignition interlock on it. If you are caught driving a vehicle and it does not have an ignition interlock, every officer in the state will know to arrest you and put you in jail. Do you understand?
Yes. Just to clarify, so he can drive so long as he has a guardian.
No, I'm taking it away. He's not allowed to drive at all.
Would you consider reinstating his ability to drive because he owns his own business?
I'm not ready yet. All I know is that he's got alcohol allegedly in the car while he's driving, and it's a second offense. Look at me, Mr. Alipio. Do not drive. Do you understand?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Because of this restriction, you will now be required to obtain a portable device that you're going to take with you everywhere you go to prove to me that you are not consuming alcohol. I don't know if you have a problem with drugs or alcohol. If you do, now is the time for you to address it. Because if I see it becomes a problem, I'm going to address it for you, and I promise you're not going to like the way that I do it. Do you understand? Yes.
Yes.
Because you have a lawyer, I will waive your appearance. That means that you don't have to waste your time coming to court. But it is your responsibility to stay in touch with Lee. If she tells me that she can't get a hold of you because you're ducking and dodging phone calls, you're playing games, and you're not responding to her, likewise I will issue a warrant for your arrest. I'm going to do everything in my power to protect my street at all costs. And I have no qualms about putting you in custody. If you don't believe me, ask Lee. She knows. For now, I will have you come up here, swear to us that you're not going to drive. After that, you'll get to Victoria where we will have you sign a reset. After that, you'll get with Felicia for your bond conditions. And after that, you'll be free to go. It's not forever. But I want to know that he truly appreciates and not just, oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, Your Honor, he's part of DWO since 2003, so he has not had alcohol any longer.
How do we know? How many times has he not been caught? So we just don't know. I don't know. But all I know is he's got alcohol in the car. He has a prior DWI. So he's already on notice of what you can and can't do. I have a problem. So just proactivity goes a long way.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck to you, Michelle. Alipio.
Yes, sir, no, sir, to the judge.
Good morning, Mr. Rivas. Sir, you're charged with interference with the duties of a public servant. You're also charged with possession of marijuana ×2, right?
Yes, that's correct, Judge.
So I guess both of the weak cases are being dismissed in exchange for this.
Yes.
You need to understand, Mr. Rivas, that this case is going to go on your record. It will be there for the rest of your life. From now on, you are facing a minimum of 30 days in jail for any new cases that you pick up. Do you understand? You give up a lot of rights by entering into this agreement. You give up the right to a trial, right to compel witnesses to testify on your behalf, confront and cross-examine your accusers. If you're not a citizen or a possible immigration consequence, you can be deported, excluded from the country, denied naturalization, you give up the right to appeal. Once you plead guilty, like I said, it's going on your record. It'll be there forever. This is what you want to do. I didn't plead to the offense. I'm going to find you guilty. I'll send you to it. I'll run your court costs so you won't owe anything. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Yes, Judge. He's going to come in and sign the conditions
tomorrow. I just wanted to talk to you about it beforehand so I could tell them what they're going to be.
Oh, okay. What's your cost?
It is.
So you're just not going to be here tomorrow?
Yes, sir. I'm going
Just
to
do PC tomorrow.
I'm going to be in Galveston, and yeah, we'll wait to see.
So that you can always Zoom.
I know, but it's always hard to do that.
Okay, not a problem. What's your cost?
255-5734.
On Garcia.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
It's a .1213 breath test. He hit a police car that was blocking an accident scene as he pulled up. It wasn't no one was in the car. It was blocking a scene. Nice situation.
You want to read it real quick? Oh, we're still going to do it tomorrow.
Oh, we're still doing tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah, we're just kind of like informal PC.
So on March 15th, 2025, an officer was working a crash scene in Pasadena, Harris County, Texas. At approximately 1:15 a.m., the officer heard tires squeal and a vehicle collision a short distance away. The officer observed a vehicle had collided with a fully marked police vehicle with emergency lights activated. The officer observed the defendant to be the driver and sole occupant, and he appeared confused and had glossy eyes. The defendant exited the vehicle, and the officer observed red glossy eyes, slurred speech, uncoordinated and lethargic movement, and the odor of alcohol emitting from the defendant's person. The defendant admitted to drinking 2 beers. SFSTs were conducted 6 out of 6 on the HGN, 3 out of 8 on the walk and turn, 2 out of 4 on the one-leg stand. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to the breath specimen. Results .134 and .123.
Any prior DWIs?
No, Judge. Well, sorry.
There's someone else's criminal history. There's no DWIs on it, but there's someone else, clearly someone else's criminal history attached to his out of California.
So that's incorrect. That's not his criminal history.
No, there's no way it can, there's like, I can show it to you, it's about every other crime other than DWI is listed from 2017 all the way to now. He's never lived in California. His name is Cesar Garcia.
Yeah, there's gotta be a quintillion Cesar Garcias. But does it match up with the FBI number? I mean, because they always have an FBI number, you know?
I can show you the history if you want to see it, Judge. You can see it's literally, like, he wouldn't be here. There's ag robberies, ag assaults, robberies, all of them.
No. Do you see any prior DWIs?
No prior DWIs on the California history.
So, I mean, I guess do this, you know, if there's no prior DWIs, I'm not gonna put an interlock on it, right? I'm gonna order him no drugs, no alcohol, randoms, that's it. But look to see if it's him or not.
Right, absolutely. I've seen this happen before.
And of course we have to.
Yeah, so
It happens.
we'll look into it.
So, yeah.
Because of his age, it just didn't add up.
Oh, is he young?
He's 26 and his history goes back to 27.
I've seen people here 18 with laundry. So, yeah, you're good. So just pick a date and then we'll do PC again with him, just no drugs, no alcohol, and randoms. That's it.
Thank you, Judge.
For sure. Did you need something, counsel? Oh, something, we're waiting for him to come back.
Yeah, for the assault.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna
Thank you.
So,
But it's an interesting contact with them, but let me know the next time we get processing for it. What is it? Oh, wait, let me see the difference. It's come tomorrow? Oh, okay, well, I mean, by then, that's something I would discuss with him, I'm not too sure. But that's everything. Obviously, maybe everyone. There's somewhere he good to go back there. Yeah, we're doing this for your availability. Okay, I never got to be availability, but I'll text him right now. Now we don't have to talk to his client. He did say it was with permission, most of the stuff on the law. Also, he already filed it.
No, sign it for me.
Well, the other attorney, Morales Delson, the other attorney said, oh, you didn't have to give the one. You didn't have to give the one. Oh, yeah, that one's already out.
What is that? Yeah, I know. I had to give myself. No. And I put that down. Oh, that's right. No problem. That's right.
I wish we had that information. No. He needs to be supervised.
Right, he just gets out of jail. So.
And he got out early too, which was really disappointing.
Oh, because of the jail.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta get to work. That's three. Yeah, it's many. The guy was talking about the Rick. But in the big scheme of things, Uncle said,
Yeah.
so the drug chasing one.
When you go up there, except for in this case, you're right. Hey, is it, we, arrested her, next week, one of the service.
Yeah, do you need me to take some pictures?
He said I was sitting on it for my hands, but I, what was it?
I mean, we asked his defense attorney if he was filed for a as well.
He was like, yes.
Yeah, okay. Sorry.
And he made.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I just.
Yeah, I will say, don't get, I'm going to take I'm gonna take you, I did my hearing. Oh, yeah. It's not your intention, sir. But take it.
It's all over the country. It's on, he said, but it'll have no seats for the people on Monday.
Sorry.
No, that's your as a sheets.
He said.
All right.
Is insurance covered? Or they just have a call?
Insurance, they, these are.
Okay, alright, I'll text him right now and be like, I'll say I talked to the defense counsel today, I'm gonna have insurance, try and make a claim for him, but I'm not feeling it. Okay.
The only thing up here is we're set for completed trial today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, he's been communicating, I mean, do you have for information periods? Right. Because if I can see that the insurance, then we can split it out.
He might just go out, let's see, this case.
Okay. I mean, if he was recorded, right? I mean, he's out in officer though.
Yeah, that's the argument, but even it's keep the law enforcement that thing,
I mean, the officer said.
No, but it's, it's in, I love ancient defense stuff. There's case law in it. No, but it's ancient. I was thinking it too. That's it.
That's where my brain goes.
Private Adler, keep them in illegal, sir. The acting on behalf of law enforcement. That's our word. I don't think law enforcement has to tell them. Must see what they do have to do right. Looking for some kind of evidence, but also if they commit a crime, I'll do it.
Okay.
So the case I had was, guy's wife. Fine. Picture of her, you're all full of it. And her husband. Okay, listen. It's like hurricane.
Hey, James, what was that? What was that?
Ms. McCoy.
Yeah.
The results are back.
Oh, we're taking up marriage. They're going to be community property.
Did you get the results back, Felicia?
Yeah, they're negative.
I am now amending your bond conditions to put an ankle monitor on you so I know that you're not consuming alcohol at any times. The next time you test positive and I don't give a rat's behind what it is, I will put you in jail. Do you understand? I don't know what your immigration status is, but if you're not in this country with proper permission and you go there, you will be stuck like Chuck in there until this thing is over. Do you understand? No means no. And from now on, no tolerance. Okay? Thanks. The current device stays. He will now also get an ankle monitor, Felicia. Right. Take a seat, sir.
Private citizen acting as one.
Right.
So we're.
Hey,